TSF Entertainment.
And welcome back to the TSF Entertainment Channel. Retro CG in the building on this Good Friday evening. And I am joined by my brother and co host, Mr. M2.
What's good? What's good? What's good, bro? What's good, TSF? What's good, YouTube? How's it going?
How is your week going so far?
So far so good. Chi-Town finally getting some decent weather, so you know what I'm saying? It ain't as cold as it was.
Yeah, I can imagine that because it has felt great this week here in Georgia. And I am
Oh
happy,
yeah.
very happy about that. Yeah, I think we had a couple of 70-degree days this week, so I was real excited about that. All
Yeah.
right, so we are here to talk about the Nowhere Man. It is season 1, episode 5, and the title of the episode was Salt in the Wounds. What did you think about the episode?
I think some of our predictions came to reality. We had the predictions that we were definitely going to see more flashbacks in detail, the things that took place before Jonah disappeared, and it shed more light on the storyline and the things of why Jonah was looking for these diamonds in episode 4. So we're kind of getting down to the nitty gritty and trying to find out what's really going to take place and who's going to end up with these diamonds and how's everything going to happen.
I'm so damn tired about hearing about these damn diamonds. Hear about these damn diamonds. All right,
Diamonds,
I thought it was a
nerd.
good episode too. However, it still is leaving me with a lot of questions that I hope are going to get answered, but I doubt because next week is the last episode for the season, and I don't think that they are going to spend much time on answering these little trivial questions that we have. All right, but let's go ahead and get on into this episode recap. All right. So the episode synopsis is a deadly diamond smuggling syndicate exposes the lies behind Lucas's past as he uncovers betrayal by the men he once trusted and fought beside and realized his life was built on deception far deeper than he imagined. That's a pretty ominous um episode synopsis. All right, so the episode kicks off. We are still in the past. It
Yep.
starts off with a flashback where 5 years ago, we are picking up where we left off last week, where Lucas had went over to his CO and friend's house, Dan, and they are replaying the story again to see if they missed anything. So they're going over what happened 5 years ago on that mission to see if they missed anything, to see if they can try to figure out what's been going on. So uh we have Lazarus. We learn his name later on in the episode, and Lucas and Jonah and the other guy just didn't have a name, I guess. I don't know.
The no-name mercenary.
A no-name mercenary, right? You got Jonas looking at his picture of Anya, and they're kind of teasing Jonas. One thing I did notice here in this scene right here, when Lucas asked Lazarus, are you sure the intel is legit? Are you sure that this information, these facts are on point? And Lazarus is like, oh, don't worry about it. They're just a bunch of minors. It's okay.
Yeah, it's cool. They're
Yeah,
minor.
it's cool. And so they start teasing Jonas about his fiance or soon to be fiance, like meeting her in the club and how she probably wanted Lucas and chose you second. And they're just teasing him. So as they land, they start getting out of the helicopter. Lucas hears a sound in the woods. And this is going to go to my theory that I was telling you about earlier, that I think that this ambush was not the miners. The miners were part of the ambush, but I think that we'll get to that. So Lucas says he
Yeah.
hears something. Jonas walks up to him And Jonas is like, what's up? And he's like, I heard something. Lazarus approaches him and he's like, well, we in the bush, so it's probably a wild animal or something. Don't worry about it. That was my second little aha moment. So Lazarus kind of peeping the scheme out, and they set out on their mission. So I think they're hiking to well, not necessarily hiking, but they're out in the woods traveling to the spot where they're going to later rob the miners. And it looks like it takes them till night to get there, or at least they waited until night rather to get in position and to infiltrate where they were going to steal these diamonds from these quote unquote miners. The miners.
The miners.
Lukas and the fellows, they got them big toys out. They playing with them big toys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got the big weapons. So they peeping the scheme out, and they're trying to see how many men are out that they're going to have to possibly go up against. And they had one that was hanging in a tree. And so I guess that was, like you said off camera, that was probably somebody who got a little greedy, got a little bit trying to steal some of the diamonds that they were mining, and they unalived that person. So Lukas, another thing here in this scene too, Lazarus is gassing Lukas's head up.
Yeah.
He's the nowhere man. He can get in anywhere. This will be nothing. This is easy work for Lukas. So I'm like, that's my third. Looking at Lazarus sideways. Like, yeah, something ain't right about dude. So Lukas goes ahead and he heads on out and he goes in. Jonah is watching everything through the night vision and just trying to make sure that Lukas is covered. And he even mentions here, I should have went in with him. And Lazarus was like, nah, Lukas got this. He'll take care of this. So it's like, basically, he's using Lukas to do the dirty work for him. He would not have had as a successful mission without Lukas.
Without Lukas. Yep, I agree.
So Lukas gets in, and all of them are asleep except for, it looks like they're probably sleeping in shifts, and somebody's always up guarding the diamonds. So this guy's right out doing his rounds and whatever, and he goes outside to take a leak, and they're still watching things to make sure that everything is covered. So as Lukas sees that old boy is asleep, he comes in and catches one of the guards and unalives him with his own weapon.
His own weapon. Dispatched him with his own weapon.
Unalived him with his own weapon. And so Lukas is able to get into the safe. He now gets the box out, and he now has the diamonds. And so the other guard,
I feel as though he should have closed the safe.
I thought about that too. He should have closed the safe and not left it out like that, because it would have took.
Yeah, I feel like he should have closed the safe.
Yeah, that's right. Because he would just assume that the guard was still asleep, because when he left him up there, he was asleep.
He was asleep. Yeah.
He would have put the box back in the safe and closed the door. It would have took them longer to notice that the diamonds were missing.
Yep.
So Buddy comes back in, and Lukas does a little hang drop from their staircase. How he was able to hang there all that time undetected, I have no clue. And so Buddy comes back in and sees, that's what alerted him right there. The safe was open. You're right. Because he didn't know anything different about old boy, because he put the weapon back where it was. So Buddy comes in, he sees that the diamonds are gone, and he gets everybody up, and they set out to go try to find who just robbed them. And so we're back in present day now. Lukas is still at Dan's house, and Dan's just trying to figure all this out. And he was like, wait a minute. I think I got it. And so he goes over to the wall with their pictures on it, and he pulls off a picture. And in this picture, we meet Damon Lee. Damon Lee was a part of, I guess he was a part of their team, and he got dishonorably discharged for smuggling goods. So Dan tells him that, he has a history of stealing things, and that he runs a private charter service. He may have been the one working with Lazarus and they may have gotten the helicopter out of there because he talks about Jonah hearing the helicopter leave. Lukas, he didn't leave in the helicopter, and Jonas didn't leave in the helicopter. So they're just trying to figure out what happened to the diamonds and who flew the helicopter away. So Dan starts telling him about Damon's private charter service, and he's like, Lukas is like, where you at? And Dan like, are you sure you want to get bothered with this? Because you got a good life going with Neo right now back at the shelter. Like, you need to leave this alone. And Lukas is ready to go pack Damon up, or at the very least, he's ready to go see Damon about all of this and find out what really happened that day.
Yep.
And we cut to this week's events. So, what did you think about the opening scenes?
I think the opening scenes gave us a little clarity, like you said, those aha moments. I feel as though not only were they just trying to set up the team, I feel like they were really trying to ambush Lukas as well, because through the flashbacks, you kind of found that, through the flashbacks and then us meeting Jonah, you kind of find that Lukas was the strongest out of the entire team.
Yep.
He was that top dog. So you kind of find that, you kind of find that maybe Lazarus was trying to actually set Lukas up in hopes that he would be dispatched, and the other one, Jonah and the no-name mercenary would be a little easier to get rid of.
I definitely agree with that. That if I don't think at this point he was more so interested in setting Lukas up. I think he was more so trying to make sure that Lukas was able to secure those diamonds. And then after that, whatever happened. All right, so we're back in present day, and we are at another mansion that I swear looks like Pumbaa's mansion, repurposed, reused. And we see Damon is laying in the bed. He's just getting up, and he's got some missed calls and some text messages. It's 10:30 in the morning, man, just not getting up. I guess he got a little sinus infection, so he's treating his sinuses. He gave him a good little sneak. Open up some sinus passages.
That was a mess. Early in the morning. He didn't even have breakfast first.
Right. But you could see right here that he's living a life. He had a mansion. He got the women. So we already know it's safe to say that, he running something with these diamonds. He's involved.
Oh,
with these diamonds some way, he's living it up. He gets a call, but it was unclear to me who he was talking to on the phone. Unless that was the people that was calling to set up the meet for him later on in the episode when he met them at the salt mines.
Yeah, the warlords.
The warlords, yes. Okay, so maybe that's who he's on the phone with.
Yeah.
Okay, so they hang up on him or whatever, and they would basically tell him he need to be there and make sure he is on point.
Yep.
So back at the shelter, Lukas is in that Bible, and when he get in that Bible, he get in his head.
Yep.
So he in his head right now. To me, the Bible represents that this may or may not be my last mission. I may not be coming back from this, because when he went out to go deal, I can't remember who he went out to go deal with. That episode where Neo came in the room, he was looking at the Bible, and that's when we learned that Ruby had gave him the Bible. She had a message in there for him. So I just feel like that Bible is kind of a reference back to some of those conversations that him and Ruby had, and it also could mean that he's seeking that faith.
Yeah.
So
throughout the show, you can actually tell, like, the emphasis on him reading the Bible. Then there are scenes from previous episodes where when Lukas is going out on a mission, they're humming, somebody's humming like Amazing Grace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play that all the time. Yep.
Yep.
And you're right. That's a signal for something.
Yeah.
Right? So Lukas is sitting down writing a letter, and I knew he was writing it to Neo. I just didn't know what the letter was going to say, but I knew he was writing to Neo, pretty much telling her that I may or may not come back from this situation. I got to
Mm-hmm.
take care of something. I'll be back when I be back. And so again, he's in his head, and he knows that he's now got a very tough mission on his hands because
Yeah.
he's got to go up against former comrades that has the same, not necessarily the same skill set, but the same level of training he has. So
Yep.
this is not going to be the average situation for him to go in and be able to walk out unscathed. So
Right.
he's got doubts whether or not he's going to be able to come back. So I was very surprised that he did not go to Neo and tell her that he needed to leave. But she probably would have made it harder for him to
Yeah.
leave. So I
Yeah.
understand why he did what he did. So
I agree.
Neo's out doing her thing in the shelter, and everything is great and wonderful at the shelter. When one of the ladies comes in, brings the mail, and she looks like she's been waiting for this mail to come in because she's been waiting for the decision letter on whether or not she can become Nandi's foster mother. So she gets the letter, she opens it up, and she has been approved to be Nandi's foster mother. She's excited about the news and runs in to share it with Lukas, and Lukas is gone.
Whoa.
Now, how he got out of shelter and she didn't see him, I don't know. Maybe he went out the back door.
He's called the nowhere man.
Nowhere man. Maybe he went out the back door. Maybe he got a secret entrance and exit in that basement. So she sees the note and the Bible on the bed, and she goes to pick the note up. And the note just told her that he needed to take a few days to go take care of some business, and that he would see her when he got back.
And reading that letter, I felt like he had a sense of. I think he feels like he has a sense of responsibility, and he owes Jonah something. Like it's really weighing in heavy on him to what happened to Jonah, and Jonah, asking about the diamonds, and it's weighing, it's weighing in on him. He doesn't have the diamonds, and this is kind of, he's seeing like that tore his brother down. Like I feel like out of all of his team, he was closest to Jonah. So with Jonah being the way he is now, and the last thing him and Jonah had a conversation about, and the last thing they had an altercation about was those diamonds. So I feel like this is his. I think this is how he's feeling. He's feeling that he should be, getting these diamonds and getting to the bottom of the situation for Jonah's sake.
Well, not only that, but he's affected by this too. This had an effect on his life.
Right.
Outcome because he didn't get his cut.
Right.
And he lost comrades.
Yep.
He thought he lost his best friend. So he's been living in a shelter, down and out, and they played in his face. So all of that coupled with what happened to Jonah, yeah, you're right. He's big mad in his head about all this.
Yeah.
To get to the bottom of it. When Neo calls, at first I didn't think he was going to answer the call when she called.
I thought he wasn't going to answer it either.
Yeah, but he did. And she was like, "Why'd you leave like that? You could have just told me you needed to go." And he was like, "Look, I got to go take care of some business." He wasn't, and I like the fact that he has not disrespected her in any way, shape, form, or fashion. He hasn't raised his voice at her. He hasn't snapped at her or anything. He was like, "Look, I'm sorry I left the way I did, but I will be back." And he don't put her in his business. I like that about Lukas. He does not put her in his business. So whenever he go out to do his nowhere man thing, he keep that quiet as kept. He don't put her in the mindset where she got to be out here worried about whether or not he gonna come back. He always tells her, "I'll be back." So he doesn't never have her out here in fear of what's gonna happen. So we get to the private charter company, and Lukas is out, kind of scoping things out and trying to see what he can figure out and see what he can see. When we see the White Sands Salt Company truck pull up, we know that is a front for them to launder those diamonds, to smuggle those diamonds out of the country or various places. What I couldn't understand is where they were trying to smuggle the diamonds to.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a really good one.
If they mentioned it, it was very vague. They didn't make it clear as to, like, I guess what I'm trying to figure out here, and they have not done a good job about this. Just like back in the scene where they were on the island and we were robbing the miners. Where were they? Were they out of the country? Were they in another city? Were they somewhere else in Cape Town? Where were they?
Right.
Just like Damon's mansion. Where was he? Is that in another country? Is that in the same town? Like, where's all these events taking place at?
Yeah.
And it seems like all of them are local because Lukas is always driving to these places. He's always in the car driving to these places. So I'm assuming that they're all local. But I'm trying to figure out what the whole scheme is with the diamonds. Where are they smuggling them to?
Yeah. And I think I kind of, I'm not sure, but given the fact that this this was made, it was made in Cape Town, and they're centering this around Cape Town. I feel as though these are like African conflict diamonds, and those are like super illegal to have, because why are you really smuggling diamonds? And then they're raw and
old or anything like that. Yeah.
Right. Then they're raw and organic diamonds that you're smuggling. So I'm thinking maybe they're like some kind of diamond they're not supposed to have, or maybe they're
somebody.
Yeah, they're mining. Maybe they're mining somebody else's property. I don't know. Yeah.
They have not made that whole clear. This whole show has been centered around these diamonds, but they haven't made it clear like who the diamonds belong to. And it seems like they keep changing hands. They've been stolen from this group of people. They've now been stolen from this group of people. So yeah, they spend too much time with these diamonds for me. So Lukas comes into the charter club and he inquires about a helicopter. Well, we learned that the helicopter that he's asking about is the one that he flew on in the mission. And so he's trying to find out, is that helicopter a part of their fleet? So he's looking around, looking specifically for information about that helicopter so he can put the pieces together. Because if Damon has possession of this helicopter that they flew out on that mission, then that automatically connects Damon and Lazarus together. So Lukas is trying to put this puzzle together and see if what Dan said was true about Damon and Lazarus working together and use them. But it's like, we're not open for the public. And he was like, you got to make an appointment. And Lukas asked for the owner. He says the owner is not here. He says, okay, cool. I'll come back tomorrow. And Lukas is sitting there looking him dead in the face and he's like, oh, we'll be back.
Right. That look, he like, yeah, I'm gonna spin the block on you. Don't worry about it.
I might not even leave, but I will be back.
I don't want to leave right now, but I'll be back.
And it's gonna be after you clock out. Yeah,
right.
So here we see the warlord is pulling up to I guess this salt factory or mine situation.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's already turned possession of his illegal diamonds over to Damon. And Damon is now responsible for transporting those diamonds to a secure location or to another location. And so he shows them pretty much how the transport is going to work. The diamonds are going to be buried within the salt. They pour water on the salt to let them see that the diamonds are secure and they're here. And the warlord are like, okay, that's good. Anything happen to my diamonds?
Something happening to you.
Something really bad is going to happen to you. And you're probably going to be in pieces like the salt.
Yeah, he told them they'll never find you. I'm like, wow.
Like, dang. And he looked like he's shisty. He looks like he's shady. He looked like he up to no good. So I was like, yeah, but it don't give him your diamonds. So the worker looks at him and is like, is he serious? And he was like, what do you think? He's a African warlord. Of course he's serious. He will do
right. He said he told him, he said he's wiped out entire villages. Of course he's serious.
Yeah. So Damon gets a call from his worker back at the charter and says that there was some guy in here looking for you and asking about a helicopter. He was like, so, and he was like, let me send you these pictures. So he gets the picture and he instantly recognizes that it is Lukas. And he hurry up and get on the phone and calls up Lazarus to tell him that we have a problem on our hands. We've got a blast from the past that's out looking for us.
Mm-hmm.
So like we said, Lukas spun the block. He's back out and he's doing his recon. He's probably trying to see how many people are guarding the place and how his point of entry is going to be, how he's going to get into the building.
Mm-hmm.
Did he even do something to this guard? I don't think he did anything to this guard. I think he just snuck past him.
He snuck past him until later on in the next couple of scenes.
Yeah, until later on, but he didn't do nothing to him initially.
Yeah, no.
That was because I thought Lukas was going to take him out and then go on in, but he snuck past him. Your turn.
Yeah, so so we have Nadi. She's
This
with
is cute, but Lord, they spend so much time with this little girl
on the baby, right? Yeah. So she's with Nao. She was actually reading what I believe is like her favorite book now that Nao gave her, and she's having her read to her before bed, and she asks her, where's Lukas? And is he coming back? So at this point, this is when Nadi wants to call Lukas, and she's on the phone with him while he's on the mission.
And the fact that he answered while he was on the mission.
And the fact that he answered while he's on the mission.
He's like, listen, I gotta go.
I gotta go.
I'll be back in a couple of days. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right.
That's a good point that you brought up about that book possibly being her favorite book now, because that is the second time they've read that story.
Yeah.
The animals. And I just thought that it was just to signify that the animals all had families, and that was to remind Nandi that she now has a family too. Which
is a good thing, because I didn't pick up on that all the animals had families. That's good.
Yep. And that her new family is now Neo and Lukas.
Yep.
Like the Street too. Street is her big brother or her uncle.
Street is the big brother or uncle, right?
Yep. So outside the shelter, we got some goons that pulled up, and again, they have the same picture, the exact same picture of her that Pumza's man had of her when they were looking for her. And I'm like, why does everyone know that Neo lives at this shelter now? She was obscure before she came to the shelter. She was living in house to house, place to place, whatever. They were looking for her. Now everybody can just roll up to the shelter and find that Neo is there.
The new Ruby.
So Lukas has gained entry, and he's looking around again, looking for this helicopter, trying to find any kind of information he can about the helicopter when he comes across some files. And he starts going through the files, and lo and behold, he finds the helicopter, and he finds the information that he was looking for. So he now knows that Damon and Lazarus was in cahoots together.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some way, he doesn't know how Damon was involved, but he knows that he's involved.
Yeah.
He finds a weapon cache, and he gets out. What is it, Marv?
That was a grenade launcher.
I thought that's what it was. I was like, is it a rocket launcher? Or is it a grenade launcher? What is it? But that
was a grenade launcher.
I was like, man, he finna blow something up. Or somebody up. Yeah, okay. So he arms himself with a grenade launcher. And so Neo went to go get Nadi some milk so she can go to bed. And she hears the commotion out in the whatchamacallit. They have now came in and hooked up Street. And I got to give it to Street. He don't never give up anybody.
He don't give up anybody.
He don't give up anybody.
Even with that big desert eagle in his face, he ain't give up nobody.
That big old desert eagle in his face, I would have been like, oh. So they smack him around a little bit and threaten him, and they pop him upside the head with that desert eagle, and he goes to sleep. So Neo hears all this commotion, and she comes up with a quick on her feet. Hey, Nandi, Mel from the kitchen wants to play hide and seek. Let's go hide from her. So she picks the little girl up and puts her in like a little chest or a little closet area that's in the hallway of the shelter and covers her with a blanket. And what she should have told her is be very quiet. Don't move. Don't move until I come back and get you. And the little girl did, but she fell asleep. I would assume that she did because she was getting ready for bed. So she, in the midst of all this, tries to call Lukas again. I'm like, yo, the man done told y'all 3 times already that he on mission. Y'all keep calling him like he gonna answer the phone when y'all call. And then she has the nerve to leave him a voicemail. She should have sent him a text.
Voicemail, yeah.
And so the hoodlums are going from room to room looking for Neo and the little girl because they are trying to, I guess, snatch them up for ransom or
ransom or at least a bartering exchange.
Yeah, because at this point Lukas doesn't have the diamonds yet. So why did he send them over there to yoke them up? I guess for that to have something to use against Lukas. So you're right.
Yeah.
So she runs downstairs to Lukas's workshop and she hits the lights and she arms herself with a wrench and she hides. I'm thinking to myself she should have stayed there in hiding. But when she hears them make noise upstairs near where she had put Nandi, she starts making noise downstairs for them to come down there and get her. And she was able to push a shelf on one of them, and then she hit the other one with the wrench, and she escapes. But when she got upstairs and got ready to turn that corner, this dude right here popped her one good time and laid her out. And so he's now been captured. And so outside, Lukas hears some people talking. He hears a couple of vehicles approach. So he peeps outside to see what's going on. The helicopter is landed.
The helicopter is landed.
The helicopter is landed. So that told me right there that wherever Damon was, he was out of town. Maybe not out of the country, but out of town. And so the sand truck pulls up. The diamonds are in that sand truck. And so I was trying to figure out what did he blow up, because he didn't blow up the helicopter and he didn't blow up the truck. So what did he blow up?
He blew up that the fuel cell that was right there.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay. So Damon's outside, he's having a conversation with his workers. And that's what he blew up. Okay. He's having a conversation with his workers, and Lukas get the drop on him. Man, he blew that thing up. And so
it was no subtlety. It was no subtlety for that. He just, popped a grenade out there and was like, well, I want all the smoke. Let's go.
That was his way of inviting them for the smoke. Right. He was like, I want the smoke. Let's go. So, and the way that they approached this, like a grenade just shot from this direction and y'all want to pursue this direction.
Yeah.
That made a lot of sense. So as they're coming in the walkway, one by one, Lukas is picking them off, and they're gone. And so he finally, Damon finally gets in, and really he could have took Damon out the same way too.
Yeah.
Damon gets in, and they have a confrontation. They tussle a little bit. Lukas smacks him around and starts questioning him about the diamonds and the mission and the helicopter. And Damon plays like he doesn't know what's happening, what's going on. So Lukas said, oh, you don't know what's going on? I got you. So he pack him up and put him in the helicopter, and he starts flying all around and threatens to throw him out of the helicopter if he doesn't tell him what's going on. So Buddy just back here flailing from side to side, from upside down, inside out, because he was getting ready to fly out that when he finally admits that it was Lazarus. And so when he calls Lazarus' name, Lukas starts having a flashback to that moment.
Yep.
Where Lazarus had the diamonds. He was the last one with the diamonds. And then he starts having that flashback to where all of them got taken out, allegedly. So we saw Buddy right here got the headshot, and we later figured out that Lazarus took a shot to the chest, to the side of his chest, almost like his shoulder.
Yep.
And at that time, Lukas and Jonah had took a hit too. Lukas was the only one who didn't get hit. So at that time, they were trying to evade their attackers and defend themselves at the same time. So it's not like they went back to check to make sure that the other two were unalive. So I could see how this slipped through the cracks. I can see how that slipped through the cracks because in the heat of the moment, plus you had the miners now that was ambushing them and attacking them as well.
Right.
But I don't think that this initial attack came from the miners. So this attack,
no,
right
I don't think so either.
I think that's from Damon.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's a scheme that Lazarus and Damon came up with to pretend that they were under attack.
Yep.
So Lukas lands the helicopter on top of Damon's mansion, ties him up, smack him around a little bit more, and he's also got the diamonds there with him now. He pulls the diamonds out and he looks at them. So Lukas now has the diamonds. And so he calls Lazarus up, and Lazarus is like, "Oh, you think you got the drop on me?" He's like, "You think you got the drop on me? I got the drop on you." And he was like, "If you don't give me my diamonds, she gonna get hurt."
Yep.
And that's the episode.
Which I feel as though they should have gave us a little bit more with the episode.
Another short episode. This was I think 42 minutes or 40.
Yeah,
something
42
like
minutes. I think they should have gave us a little bit more. I'm
we
hoping that
need more in the flashback.
Yeah,
we need more of the flashback, not present day. We need more of the flashback because we need to see what happened with Jonah. How did he get captured? How did he get rescued from the explosion? We need to see how did Lukas get off the island.
Yep. We need to see who helped Lazarus
and what happened to the diamonds.
And what happened to the diamonds.
So there is a lot that they could have shown more. Like you said, if they would have made this a 56-minute episode, it just those three things right there, they could have cleared all that up in the flashback scene.
Yeah.
And this is a picky one right here, but they could have shown us how did Lazarus know how to find Neo and Lukas at the shelter.
Exactly.
That was a big question mark for me because Lukas gonna need some help.
Yeah, he definitely gonna need some help.
Lukas gonna need some help.
He might have to go get Dan, and I'm really hoping Jonah pull up to find his people that tortured him and find that Lazarus is still alive, and he set the whole thing up.
One major question that they can do to answer for us is why did Jonah's fiance unalive herself? That's something that needs to be addressed as well.
That needs to be addressed, yeah, immediately.
Immediately.
And hopefully, if they bring Jonah back in the 6th episode, maybe we get why she unalived herself.
Okay. And maybe we get why or how he escaped.
Right. Yeah.
He talked about how he escaped, but I needed them to show how he got captured.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Outside of Lazarus, Jonah was the only one that had at least a diamond, remember? Because Lazarus
he gave it back to him.
Oh, he did.
He gave it back to him.
I gotta go watch.
Look at it, and then he put it back in the canister. As soon as he put it back in the canister, that's when they got attacked.
I gotta go watch. I gotta rewatch.
To me, that was a signal. I felt like that was the signal for them to attack. Because as soon as he gave it back to him, he put it back in the canister. When he was closing the canister up, that's when they attacked.
That's when, yeah, the no-name mercenary got hit and Lazarus got hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So overall, a good episode. It didn't really have as much action as I expected it to have, because I thought Lukas was going to be out here on some, let's go.
I was hoping for episode 5 to close more gaps for us.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they opened some more gaps. So I'm hoping they close all these gaps in episode 6.
That's a very good point. They did open more gaps rather than close them. You're right. So
they opened more gaps. I mean, they opened the gap because here it is. Lazarus sent some henchmen to go apprehend Neo and Nadi, and then we know that Lazarus is alive, but we have another gap as of to how he survived. It's more and more. It was more gaps opened up, and we only got one episode left.
Right, out of a 6-season, 6-episode season. We're
Right.
more than this. I agree.
Yeah.
But overall, we here for the Nowhere Man. We're gonna ride this last episode out next week. We've enjoyed the watch, even though I think this is the first episode that we really have more questions than we've had in previous episodes.
Yeah.
I think previous episodes kind of tied things together a little bit better for us. This episode right here, you could tell that it was rushed a little bit. It felt like it was rushed. It felt like, and another thing I feel like we've gotten shortchanged is, you got to think about it. Half of the episode was almost a flashback that we had already seen.
Mm-hmm.
So how much of this episode was really produced?
Yeah.
10 minutes, 20 minutes of this episode was actually new stuff that we hadn't saw.
Right.
Because keep in mind, and you know what? That might explain that may be how they manage their production costs.
Yeah.
They recycling the same scene from episode to episode. And they just show you a little bit more. They've shot this scene once. But instead of showing you it all at one time, they're showing you bits and pieces of it and recycling it over and over again. But you have to realize, wait a minute, I saw this last week and the week before last and the week before that. So really, they're not giving you anything new. They're just giving you parts of the scene that they're not showing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of slick, but you short this a little bit too.
Yeah, I like how you just put that together because that makes a lot of sense. Production costs and all that, and just recycling the scenes over and over, and just giving us a little bit more with the flashbacks. You know, it gives us a little bit more, and then we get the new stuff, and now we have these gaps that need to be filled.
Well, we'll see what happens in episode 6. M2, you got any predictions?
I think we're going to get Jonah back. And I think that Jonah...
That's a given.
I think we're going to get Jonah back. And I'm going to stick with my initial prediction and say that Jonah is... Once he gets clarity and he knows that Lazarus is alive, and we have these issues with the warlords and all of that and the diamonds, I feel as though Jonah is going to be that sacrifice for Lukas to get back to Neo and Nadi.
Okay. My predictions are very similar. I think that Dan is going to come out and help Lukas.
Yeah.
I do think that Jonah is going to be part of next week's episode, but not at Lukas's request. I think if Jonah is a part of this mission to wrap all this up, it's going to be because Dan brings him. It's not going to be because Lukas called him. Because keep in mind, he put a strap on him last week and he kidnapped a little girl. So I think Lukas is done with him at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think all of this is going to put them back together.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not he makes it or not. I want to think that he does make it. I think he ends up making it. I see they showed Lukas with the diamonds.
Yeah.
And everyone has been after these diamonds. So I think what's going to end up happening is everybody going to walk away except for Damon and Lazarus, obviously. Lukas going to go in there and pack all up. And I think Lukas is going to split the diamonds with the rest of his team. That's all.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Which Dan some, he'll probably give Jonah some, and he'll probably fix the shelter up and make it.
And that's what I was just about to say, which would ultimately help the shelter, because again, the shelter has been struggling. So
taking handouts, and remember we started off the season with him digging in the trash for stuff for the shelter. So I feel like if he does take the diamonds, it's to make everybody's lives better, not just his, but everybody that's in his life. I think he's gonna take care of Street. I think he's gonna take care of Neo. I think he's gonna take care of Jonah. He's gonna take care of Mr. Dan. I think he's gonna make sure his team is good. But there's gonna be consequences about them diamonds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You heard what that warlord said, and I don't know if he's part of this story. So they're not gonna pack him up like how you gonna pack up Damon and Lazarus. So he's gonna be a threat that's gonna linger out there, and he's gonna want to know who got his diamonds. Somehow, some way, he's gonna find out Lukas has his diamonds, and there's your setup for season 2, guys. That's your setup. Put us in the writer room. That's your setup for season 2. The warlord now is going to come looking for Lukas and his diamonds.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Yeah. Or the warlord looking for Damon, and Damon gets away, and he's still thinking he got the diamonds.
Man, Lukas finna pack Damon up. Remember what happened at the beginning? Damon's out of here.
Yeah, he done.
We have not seen this yet. We have not seen this. Damon was the one that was piloting that chopper when Lukas had the strap on him.
Yep.
At the very first episode. He leaves the grenade in the chopper, and the grenade blows up and crash. So that we know at some point next week, Damon's gone.
Yeah.
So we just have to figure out what's going to happen with Lazarus.
You know what?
Lazarus
Now
that
you mention that, maybe that part of that flashback, because if you go back and watching it, I'm going to watch episode 5 again. If you watch episode 5, they were actually flying the helicopter over the salt refinery.
Yep.
When it blew up. So they gave us probably that foreshadowing of how things took place with Damon. So Damon is probably out of here, and that's going to be that part.
He blew up in the helicopter.
Yeah, he's done.
He's gone. But we need to see. That's obviously present day. That's present day. But we thought we were giving that in a flashback. Yep. So that's what's going to happen to him next week, basically.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, we will see you guys next week. Y'all make sure y'all go check out 4 and 3, 2, 1 reviews. It's up on the channel. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, smash that like button, hit the hype button. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because we got a lot of stuff coming. Season 2 Cross is coming. So y'all come on back. And we just waiting for some news in the Power Universe to drop, because we ready for it. But y'all go check out the other content on the channel. Let's keep this thing going. All right, M2. Anything else, bro?
Nah, man. Ready for next Friday.
All right.
Episode 6.
Next week, guys. I know I'm ready for it too, yo.